Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new alpha male manosphere video. I don't even know how to begin this one. What is the tea? What is the Darjeeling? The Lapsang Souchon, the Scalding Hot Sun, the Earl Grey. What shall I say is the tea? Now the tea today is in my pumpkin mug because I need some spooky happiness because, oh my gosh, today we are going to be delving back into the world of alpha males and the manosphere. Now I've not done one of these videos in about over a year. Obviously with recent things coming out, especially with that Louis Theroux documentary, I have been asked quite a few times to like delve back into this world. We're going to visit some old favorites that you might have seen from back in the day, and we're seeing if they're still doing it. Let's see if any of the newer people are still parroting the nonsense that you heard back then. But anyway, if you are new to the channel, hello, my name is Roly, tattoo piercing Reddit weirdo here on the internet. So subscribe to the channel. There's a QR code on screen here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's ruin it. Oh, Jesus Christ, go.
If you're a guy who's recently been broken up with, or maybe even a divorce, I can guarantee that you probably didn't have this one thing with your woman. And
women leave 99% of men who don't have this. What is it? A penis? I don't know what.
that one thing is leverage. Yes,
leverage?
We are equals as men and women, but relationships in itself are not equal. As a man, as the leader, you always need to have leverage over your woman.
I can't, these men talk about women as if it's like currency or something. You need leverage over your woman. Like, what do you mean you need leverage over your woman?
From what I've heard, this one sounds like an asshole.
I'm talking about things that essentially make you better, which signals to her as to why she needs you in her life. You don't necessarily need her, she needs you. Now,
so
in doing so, this will make her terrified of losing you. It will make her always act on her best behavior, and she will only have a lens of attraction towards you.
It's so insane to me that men will buy into this being like, yes, and I do agree to a certain degree that you want to obviously be in a relationship. You want to make sure that you show your partner you are the one for them, obviously, but you can do that in very nice ways without manipulating them. And what he's telling you about is manipulate them. I don't want my boyfriend to be terrified about losing me. So the whole time we're together, they're always on edge. I want my partner to obviously love me and like do things that make me happy. And I want them to do it because they actually genuinely care for me, not because I'm like entrapping them as being like financially supported by me. So therefore I can do what I want because they know that if they leave me, they'll lose all their money or be homeless or something. Like, I never want that kind of dynamic. That's not a healthy dynamic to be in a relationship. We're not talking about a cult or like some sort of business transaction. They talk about women as if they're like business transactions. Women, stay away from men like this.
I'll never have sex with you, ever.
I directly
I forgot. Hang on, mate. Is this normal?
I directly apply soap to my armpit. I directly apply soap to my feet.
Thank you. Good man.
Feet is the fucking funniest thing I've ever heard.
Why, bro?
Why is saying you wash your feet funny?
What do you mean, bro? Feet reek.
You're bent over in the shower, putting soap on your feet.
You sit down.
See, this is what happens, right? You're bent over in the shower, washing your feet. Like, this is what happens when you are a corn addict, weirdo, insecure, weird about their sexuality man. Like, you know exactly what he means when he's saying things like that. Oh, bending over in the shower. Like, you know it's because it's very like, drop the soap, anal sex, all this kind of stuff. Like, when someone tells you that you're washing your feet and that's the kind of things that you're saying, it instantly just sets off all the flags of like,
A homo?
You lift one of your feet up.
What?
What do you mean, what, bro? You lift your foot up like that and put soap on it.
So you're just
What's that
balancing
hard to
perfectly on one
understand?
foot?
Yeah, you've never heard of balancing before?
Not when what? Okay, and then the second one, you've got a wet, slippery, soapy foot holding up, what, 90 kilos of weight?
like, what the hell is that? Like, what the hell is that? Imagine making an issue because someone says they clean their body. This is what I mean by these men being so insecure. They can't even wash without making it weird. I feel so sorry for straight women who have to date these kind of men. Like, well, I should hope none of you want to go with men like this. I mean, not the gun top. The gun top is fine. And also, he's saying you got to balance one foot and you can't. You just put your hand on the wall. It's very easy to wash your feet. He must fucking stink.
Wash your smelling ass and balls, you nappy motherfucker, you.
If you're a guy in 2026 and your missus wakes up and goes to work, fix up, bro. What you should be doing is drinking porn star martinis or strawberry daiquiris by the pool with you sat there as well. Like, get up, get to work. The job's not done.
Wait, so can we just dissect what he just said then? He said, if your woman is going to work, that's awful. What she should be doing is waking up, having porn star martinis. I mean, can we like not, let's not constantly drinking. Like, what are we doing? I don't think that's a good idea. Getting up, having porn star martinis with you next to her. So who's working? If you've just said she can't work because she needs to be getting drunk in the daytime, is it because you want to abuse her? I don't know. Then you say, well, it should be with you next to her. Who's working? And then you said, oh, get to work. But you've just said you want her hip. What?
If you're a guy in 2026 and your missus wakes up and goes to work, fix up, bro. What you should be doing is drinking porn star martinis or strawberry daiquiris by the pool with you sat there as well. Like, get up, get to fucking work.
She should be drinking with you sat there as well, but get up and get to work. So how are you drinking with her? These men are so unwell. These men are so unwell. They're so unwell. They're so unwell. I'm so sick of these men who say that women shouldn't be allowed to work. Like, he's not saying it's because your woman shouldn't have to work or she should be having a relaxing life. It's because essentially he's saying, I want to be the one in power. Like, that's really what this boils down to. A lot of it is control and power. She should be just drinking by the pool. Like, I think I'd get bored. Like, regardless of gender, is that not just boring? If every day all I was doing was having cocktails by a pool, like, how boring. Oh god, not hit. What? I have a beautiful skid. What?
So I just realized I got a skid mark in my boxers, and it makes me feel so fucking manly just to like realize there's a little skid mark. Probably working out, and I did some squats. And
this man is disgusting.
Washed it. It's still in there. Like it's basically baked into the white fabric. But I don't know why. I just feel so fucking masculine having a little skid mark.
You are that man is I can't. That's that man who was like, oh, I like to smell my own farts and I fart into my hand and eat my hand and lick it.
You sick bitch.
This man is disgusting. He's the one that like sat and like pissed in a cup and then drank it and was like, oh, it's really good for you. Oh, it's just gross. Oh, it's sick. It's disgusting. If you're not fat or gay or on depression meds as a man, congratulations, you've survived government propaganda. Hello, my special baby. Have you survived government propaganda? Yes, I'm gay because in the 90s I saw a government official be like, you have to be gay.
I knew it.
Break your flesh.
What the hell is happening here?
Crucify it. Tell your flesh it has no authority.
Today, the day my king was crucified, but he did not stay dead. The only one. We shall live for him. Let today be a reminder to pick your cross. All glory. This is so cringe. This is so... What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? It's running on a treadmill on a beach with a cross and a Bible in your... Like, what are we doing? Oh, get off my screen. Like, what are we doing? Oh, grow up. Are people actually impressed by that? I just think it's like... The thing is, again, it's one of those things of like, Jesus would not have stood for something like this because this is just self-serving. This isn't about spreading the message of God or doing all this. This is just, look at me, look at me, look at me. This is nothing but main character syndrome. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, Jesus Christ, this man. So I've seen this man come on my feeds quite a few times. He's very much like one of those people that I escape the matrix. Yeah, I don't buy into the system. I live off the grid and I don't do anything and I don't pay my taxes and I moved to Bali and left my children behind. He's got very Brit abroad energy. I've seen him be quite a nuisance in other countries. Very red pill, escape the matrix nonsense. And he's got some parking ticket or something. Here's another method I use to dispose of parking tickets.
What parking tickets mean to me? I'll show you. Let me try and do this so you can still see, okay? That's how much I care about parking tickets, yeah? This is what being free is.
But burning a parking ticket isn't going to stop the parking ticket. You've got a car that should be registered that they...
That is how I deal with parking tickets. I broke free of the system, the matrix, right? So I mean absolutely nothing to me because I live off grid. Listen, the best thing I ever did was getting off grid and breaking free of this bullshit. Because listen, I'm not owned by anything. Sadiq Khan, suck my dick.
A lovely man he sounds.
An asshole.
They always talk about how they've broken out of the system, how they've escaped the matrix while making reels on Instagram. The most matrix thing you can do. You've got a car. You're going to have to pay tax on the car. You're going to have to get it insured unless you will get around. Like if you're pulled over, you will be arrested. Like the car will be taken off you. It was like that girl we saw a little while ago who's on the Unhinged ones who was talking about how she's like free from all this kind of stuff. Yet she uses AI to make videos. And it's like, you're literally feeding into the system you're bitching about. He's sort of like, I don't pay the I escape the matrix. I don't do that, blah, blah, blah. But like, he's got children as well. It's like, what happens if your child gets sick? Are you going to go to the NHS doctors? And the thing, again, it just defeats the fact that he has a car. He's going to have to pay road tax. He's going to have to pay into the system. You haven't escaped anything. I don't know the ins and outs of parking tickets and all these kind of things. Knowing the kind of person he is, he probably was actually doing something that like, actually did mean you should probably get a parking ticket. Breaking free for the matrix, yet feeding everything into a matrix. Yeah, lovely. Well done.
I'm going to enjoy watching you die.
Look, I'm freshly 19, okay? I've got your fucking yearly wage on my wrist. I'm driving a McLaren outside the Burj. This isn't to flex, it's to prove that anything's possible. 1 year ago today, I would have dreamed to be in this situation, okay? But because I took the risk, hold up, I need to drive. Because I took the risk. Oh, I'm fresh.
You got pulled over after doing a motor good. Why are you in your car? These people, I just don't believe it. I just don't believe all this stuff. But there's a whole thing now on the internet. People talk about Dubai influencers, and it's all these white guys, and there's women do it as well. But it's mainly just like these sort of like white guys who will go to Dubai and try to like start a new life and be like, I'm making so much money, and Dubai is an incredible safe place, and you can make all these opportunities here, and you make so much money just doing sales. Most of them are just drop shipping nonsense. Like most of them don't actually do anything valuable to life. But a lot of it isn't even real. They go with this whole sort of like mentality of like, oh, I can just go and make a life, and they realize it's not actually as easy as they think it is. And also they realize that sometimes Dubai isn't as great as people say it is either. I don't really want to get in the whole ethics of Dubai itself. Like that's a completely different thing, to be honest.
Hi mate, we wish for that lifestyle. Well listen here, mate, okay? My lifestyle is very, very doable. Every month I spend around 40 to 50,000 pounds every single month. Now some of you guys will be like, are you taking the piss? You're lying. Every month I put money into crypto. I put it into S&P 500. I invest my money smartly, generating me more and more money. And because I'm clever with my money, I can buy nice things. I can buy nice watches. I can stay in this Airbnb for a week for like 2.7k.
The thing is, this person says, and I find this interesting, that they're like, oh, they're really smart with money. Purposely staying in a place like this, 2.5 grand a week, isn't smart money managing. You don't need all that space. There's no need for you to have that much space. You're doing it just because you think you can. But that's not good investment. To me, when I see this, I don't think someone who understands what they're doing in investment or trying to make good life choices, wasting all of that money on an Airbnb that you're just giving to someone else. If you're making that much money and you don't own a home or own something that has a little bit more value to you, and you're just like paying thousands and thousands of pounds a week just to be in, like, that's not good money managing. You're just throwing your money away. If you're spending 50 grand a month, I don't know how is that sensible money managing? I just don't believe it. I just don't believe what these people are saying. I just don't believe it. It's all smoke and mirrors, fake. It's none of this is real.
Oh, are you a transvestite?
A transvestite?
You're an extremely handsome woman.
Wow, wholly outdated word, Sugar Plum.
Oh, no, you're not. Like a transgender. Sorry.
See, this is the stupidity of these people. Being a transvestite, again, it's a slightly outdated term now. Being a transvestite is not the same as being transgender. They're completely different things.
How dark you were going right there, low-key threw me off.
Dark?
It's a little too dark. It makes your job...
What are you talking about?
And that kind of is a male trait.
I love that he's saying the makeup that she's done here, the contouring, has made the jawline look really, the cheekbone jawline look really strong. And that's a male trait. Coming from Mr. Rectangle Head. There's no cheekbone here, babe. There's no strong jawline here, babe. So you're a woman? You're a woman!
She's a woman, isn't she?
Oh, God. Okay, so let's go. We'll go. Okay, each one of these videos, we always have to pay a little trip to the OG alpha male, and that's Alpha M, who has been making alpha male content. I think he was literally one of the, he was the original, like, alpha male person on the internet back in, like, 2009.
Respond super quick. If you get a text from your crush or...
Wait, don't, what he was saying, sorry, the beginning got cut off. It says, don't respond to your, like, crush or whatever instantly when you first get a text.
Wait 3 hours before texting them back. This is enough time to make her think, yo, what's going on? He obviously has something else better than talking to me, which is the whole point and the reason why it's so incredibly powerful.
I just want to say something in this. I feel like he's used AI to edit this video because the way that the words have been cut, it's literally like not a single airspace. I mean, I edit my videos a lot, but I still have gaps in it. Like now, I wouldn't edit that out just because that's how I speak. The way that was edited, it was like, don't crush your, we're back. It's so heavily edited. Like, it's so, I hate content like this. It's too much. Anyway, if your crush or someone texts you, wait a few hours before texting back. It's all gameplay. And this is what I mean. All these people just do is play games. I don't know if this person has a partner. I don't know. I mean, Polly tells, if I see things like this, it makes me go like, these people don't have partners. I never understand when people play games like this or try to overanalyze stuff or like play games with people. Like, I would take it back because let's play, does playing hard to get even actually work? I don't think it does. If I'm talking to someone and they're taking hours and hours each time to respond to me, especially in the early dating phases, it's not uncommon for people to be chatting to multiple people at a time. So if you're taking hours and hours and hours to reply to someone because you want to be hard to get, they could be talking to someone else. Like if you actually really like someone, just fucking talk to them.
You idiot!
If they don't like you, they're just going to talk to someone else. They're not going to wait for you. People don't just wait for people for the sake of it. Especially in these early days in talking. Yes, if you're obsessively messaging someone over and over again, be like, oh my God, if you respond to someone and they haven't replied, don't then reply again and be like, more. Let them respond in their own time because they might be busy. But don't actively not reply to someone because you're trying to play hard to get. It just doesn't work.
Are you even aware when you approach another man, you're lowering your status? And most men will subconsciously make themselves look smaller, tuck their tail under, slouch, look down, and appear inferior. Stop doing that and walk it like a man. Are you even aware when you approach another man, you're lowering your status? And most men...
But he said, you're aware that you're lowering your status when you walk towards a man, but he didn't give any kind of example to show, like, what? I think this is that guy who said that, like, the way that you pick up your suitcase from the floor shows how feminine you are or something. I think that's the same guy. Men lose their status before they speak. When they approach other men, they do it unconsciously. They look down, they slouch, they make themselves look smaller. Do they? What's this based on? I was like, when you see these people say some of this, I'm like, what is it actually based on? Like, where are you getting your facts?
My ass.
None of them ever, like, show any of this kind of stuff. They just proclaim all these facts and proclaim that people do this and men do this. Just look at his trousers. Does his trousers look very alpha male to me? I don't know. They look very homoerotic. They're showing every single little bit. Leaves nothing to imagination. That doesn't really seem very alpha male. Think about these men who just wear these over tight trousers. I'm like, please wear clothes that fit you. We don't need to see if you're circumcised.
Snip, bitch.
Oh God, so this is a classic one. I don't think I've actually had this in a video. So this is a really old interview that Myron Gaines, he was part of the whole Manosphere documentary thing. And this is like an old interview he did with someone a long time ago. Bro fighting imaginary intruders but can't make an omelette. Okay, so what do you do if I couldn't cook?
What would you do if I couldn't cook?
You'd be single.
Can you cook?
Wow.
That's irrelevant.
No. Can you cook though?
Do you know what's so funny about this? Is like, sorry, I would have only just started. If we watch some of the things that these alpha men say, does that posture look like the alpha male posture? Literally like hunched over like this with this type of neck sort of spewing out. That is literally not an alpha male pose. That is very much like beta, like he's hunched over, his arms are close together, he's closed off like this, he's over, like that's not alpha male activity of like, yeah, I own this space. It's, oh, daddy, peg me in my sleep. Like it's not.
Oh, be nice. I mean, can you fight? Let's ask pointless questions.
How's it?
I think she could absolutely fight.
Pointless question. I'm trying to get to know you.
Because that's your job.
What's my job?
To make sandwiches.
Did he actually just say, my job is to make sandwiches?
How am I going to fight off the intruders if you don't make sandwiches? I need sustenance.
So this whole thing about like, oh, go in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. Why are you setting your sights so low? I'd be like, can you go in the kitchen and make me a gourmet steak, please, woman? Just shows the priorities. Come on, if you're gonna be misogynistic, at least make it worthwhile. The reason I don't mind putting a really old thing is because like he hasn't changed his viewpoint. That is exactly how he still feels now about women. That's exactly how he still like talks and thinks. Like, what are we doing? Cringe upon cringe upon cringe. I don't understand how this is still a thing. Like, we're in 2026 now. The alpha male sort of like sphere, when I first started making these videos, I did my first one like 3-4 years ago when it was at this kind of peak. And the fact that we still have the people now, we've seen multiple times in this video, still puppeting a lot of this nonsense about like, your job is to cook. You bring nothing to women, and the only women that settle for people like you are just people who are insecure. You go for really young people who are new to the world, who might not understand, or you go for really insecure women, because no one who has an ounce of self-respect would go with a man like that.
You make me sick!
It doesn't care if you get blown the f*** up. It doesn't f***ing care if you get ill. It does not care if you're depressed. The results do not give a shit. The results
What results?
do not give a f*** how you feel or what is wrong with you.
I never understand, like, and this, I mean, this guy's been in ones previous before as well. It's this intense filter that a lot of these people use in these videos. It makes you look awful. It makes you look awful.
Ooh, you look dreadful.
It makes your skin look insane. The definitions that it does to all of your little lines and everything on your face, it makes you look awful. Stop using this horrible filter. It doesn't look good on faces.
Or what tries to stop you? You either make it or you don't. And you need to understand that whenever you go through any of this pain, whether it's depression, anxiety, you feel ill, you feel tired, you are going through a really tragic situation, you need to say, is the pain that you're going through right now worth the results that you want? And if you don't want it bad enough, then you're going to give up.
Oh yeah, so guys, by the way, if you suffer from mental disorders, or you know, if you have depression, for example, have you just thought maybe just stop it? Just stop it, because like the results would be great if you just stop it. These people, I can't, like, there's this whole thing with the whole Manosphere thing where they say about how things like mental health almost like doesn't exist, and they always say things like depression. They use depression a lot, and a lot of it saying that depression doesn't exist. I honestly feel like most of these men are actually also depressed, and they say that so they can pretend that they're not, and then they can just get over it because they don't want to like even potentially go to a doctor getting medication. As someone who has seasonal depression, I cannot begin to tell you how it feels like for someone who doesn't have these things to suddenly have that weird, and it's a bit stereotypical, but like no energy, feelings of sadness, and you don't really understand where it's coming from because you might actually have like a nice life where things actually happen. It's very hard to explain to people, and you can't just be like, have you just tried not to? Have you just tried being happy?
Oh yes, I never thought of that.
And the whole thing about, oh, the results don't care if you've got anxiety or depression. Well, great, thank you, I'm cured. And again, it's so sad because I see this guy, I mean, he's been doing this now for a long time. I just think to myself, it's so sad to see someone so young, so engrossed and been so manipulated by these like guys who have made money out of kids like this, and now he genuinely believes all this stuff, and it's just really sad the toxic pollutionness in their brains that's happened now. And I agree that sitting down doing nothing isn't going to help your life. Like if you're someone who wants to better their life and you don't make any effort, you obviously have to make effort to do things in your life, to improve things, to make things of change. But you can't say things like that about mental health and be like, well, you know, if you just sit around, you're never going to get better, are you? You can't just cure depression. Now you take medication that helps it. Oh great, I decided to stop being sad, now I'm a millionaire. Like what?
So many people right now will take everything that I've said in that documentary at face value and not actually have the brain cells to comprehend that maybe I say things and do things for a reaction because it makes me money and allows me to live this lifestyle.
Right, can we stop for 2 seconds? So this was like one of the main faces of that Louis Theroux documentary, right? And I find it so funny that he's now moaning that people are taking what he's saying at face value because he might be saying it just for reactions. I think he's lying here. I genuinely believe the stuff that he says that's awful is actually what he believes. If you are on the internet in 2026 making rage bait content and then getting angry because people don't know that you're not being true, that's demented. We don't live in troll prankland now from 2010. This is the modern day, and everything that people see on the internet now has been taken at face value. But also, there are some things that I think you can troll about if you're making, like the whole like the food pornography, like gross food thing, sure, it's not really offensive to anyone. If you're on the internet spreading misogynistic, awful views and saying it's a troll afterwards, you're still influencing people to do these awful things because they don't realize you're not telling the truth. You can't take the high ground about this kind of stuff. Be like, but people just don't, maybe just say it for reaction. Okay, but you're still fueling an awful mentality amongst young men.
Such a twat.
A McDonald's branch for cheap. Would you invest in it? Yes, you would if it was going to make you money. Does that mean that then you agree that the food you're selling there is beneficial for the fucking population? Potentially not, but you're going to do it anyway because of the bread.
No, can I say something actually? Him saying, would you invest in this even if you know it does bad? You can make good investments and stuff and not do negative things to society or the world. I think the more money you make, it gets harder and harder to be more ethical. Obviously, the richer you become, there's no such thing as an ethical billionaire. If you're getting the money, who cares? But no, if you're bringing a net negative to society like you are by spreading horrific like messages for young men to grow, you can't be like, well, wouldn't you do the same thing if it made you money? There is no way in hell that I would put a negative into the world like you do just so I can make money. I would not sell my soul like that. I have integrity. It would be so easy for me to come on the internet and say awful things about minorities, awful things, be a pick-me. There's a lot of pick-me gays who go all like grifty and right-wing because it can make them lots of money. This says more about you than everyone else.
You don't talk about when I was in Ireland and I took Michael off the streets, gave him tens of thousands of pounds. You don't talk about the Ivan and his missus who had a child homeless in Ireland, who I got an apartment for a year out of the goodness of my heart.
This is the thing a lot of awful people tend to do as well. I'm not saying he's Jimmy Savile, but like it's the same kind of thing as Jimmy Savile. Jimmy Savile was known, came out as like a full-on nonce, awful, but it was hidden behind philanthropy and hidden behind good things that he did for charity. And like just because someone does good things for certain people, or I don't know in these stories that he's talking about, but just because someone does a good thing for someone else doesn't make them a good person. I'm sure even the worst person, Sadolf Sittler, probably did nice things for some people. There's a whole thing about a broken clock is right twice a day.
You don't talk about anything like that. You only talk about negative shit. He's a misogynist, he's a homophobe, he's this, he's that, he's that. Shut the f*** up, okay? I'm getting rich, you're all broke, sat at home hating. Have some of that. So many.
See, this is what I mean, and that just basically debunks everything he's just said. Instead of actually going, oh, I'm not misogynistic, I'm not homophobic, I'm not that. It's like, no, I am those things, but ignore that because I did this nice thing for this autistic kid. And to be like, well, I held this money so I helped someone, but how you got your money to help that person was all done by doing awful things. Your money is blood money. There's a word for it. It's like dirty money. Like the way that you got the money was doing awful things. Everything that he says, you just want to talk about misogynistic, homophobic. It's because you are those things.
Homophobic and racist.
And to just be like, well, don't speak about that because I did some good things. I'm sorry. Like everything about you is just awful, scummy. I don't know. It just makes me sad. It just makes me sad. Oh, I make money, so F you, so I'll do what I want. It's money corrupts people. Really, money really corrupts people. The moment when you realize your team is untouchable, Jesus Christ. Okay. It's just music, so I can't. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Whenever I see things, I just find this stuff really cringe. They sat there and they edited this and put the title on it and uploaded it. I just can't believe people. Suits need to be back at the shop by 5 p.m. on Monday.
She is one lippy bitch.
This has 700 likes, so it's obviously not as gone as big. For the money they would have spent to get a helicopter, whatever. Helicopter! I don't know who these people are, any of these people famous. I mean, they've also got money to do this or whatever, but the moment when you realize your team is untouchable and just like a load of men in a suit, it's just cringe. Who is impressed by that? Who's impressed by that?
How do you handle your mistakes? And if you're fidgeting, if you're using adapters,
how do you handle your mistakes?
Movements,
I just cry.
It's gonna take away from your first impression. I forgot my keys. Oh. If you forgot the keys, don't overreact.
Jesus Christ, these people are prisoners.
Priority here, not to coming over and groping over the keys. And the worst thing you can do is just look around like a scared little animal.
Oh, these men are pathetic. These men are so pathetic. These men are so pathetic. If someone walked, the way that he's looking at the camera then, if someone forgot so when it picked it up and stared at me like that, I'd take it as like you're threatening me or something. Like, to me, that'd be creepy.
Are you threatening me, sir?
I forgot my thing down there, hang on. That's scary!
Dating and attraction is not logical. In fact, it's a very emotional game. However, I want you to approach it logically. In business, now business has two departments, sales and marketing. Both are really important. If you don't have one, then you're not gonna have the other.
And this is the thing. And I literally, in the previous video, I literally made this comparison. He's doing it now. He's treating dating life like marketing and sales. When you have reduced your love life to basically a job, like marketing and sales, like you're just doomed to fail.
Now, you know your marketing is on point if you're getting a match rate of at least 7 to 10%. Most guys are getting a match rate of anywhere between 1 to 3%.
Based on what? Based on what show? Where have you found? Like, these people just find like percentages out of their asshole just to make their video.
This is where we build something called a dating funnel. So essentially how you lead the match all the way up
dating funnel?
into date. Now, the dating funnel is a very strategic way of actually leading her down the process. And if you want more information on what this actually looks like.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. When you reduce dating a woman to marketing and sales, I mean, oh, you need to sell the, like, I'm sorry, you just lose me. I never want to be like even anything to do with people. Like, no. We're not reducing women to marketing and sales.
If she's posting half-naked pictures and
right, stop ignoring red flags in her, right? If she's posting half-naked pictures,
you're engaged, just leave her, brother. Stop ignoring those obvious flags and believing in her rationalizations of it. You gotta stop forcing the marriage that is not built from the same values. Stop marrying her just because she's the prettiest you've ever had. In my 30s, I was busy chasing validation. And even if I was in a relationship, I still craved the attention from other girls. So if she's craving attention, she's probably on the same path as me. And you don't want that, buddy.
The stupid thing as well is, again, I've said this multiple times, he's also craving attention. He's making videos on the internet for people to follow him. Anyone who's doing this kind of stuff wants thousands and thousands of people to follow them. Like, you also want attention attention. So your red flag is doing this. What's the difference? You've posted a photo basically half naked. What's the difference? Please tell me the difference. You've posted this. What is that awful tattoo you've got on your arm? Is that different? Again, they're all just hypocrites. They are all just hypocrites.
Number one indicator of a man's...
You know, I'm really glad Andrew Tate's standing in the whole sort of online sphere has definitely decreased. There was at one point where he was like, you know, the most Googled man or something. I'm really glad that that era has kind of gone.
The number one indicator of a man's success is his ability to deal with stress. I don't think it's IQ. I don't think it's physical capability. I don't think it's anything. If you take a man who can deal with a bunch of stress, he's going to be more successful than a man who can deal with less stress. How much stress you can put up with has a direct correlation to the kind of life you're going to live. The number one indicator...
It's so funny to hear someone like Andrew Tate say that. Most of his videos is him being unbelievably stressed out and angry, screaming at a camera.
You're acting like a sniveling little crybaby.
And that happens to a lot of these people, like that HS TikToky. He gets into the whole manosphere. He was like just screaming and really angry. Especially these indicators of like how good men are, how to deal with the stress. Like you guys do not deal with stress at all. You just get, again, that Myron Gaines just screams out the top of his lungs. The wimpiest, most fragile men you will ever meet.
I know a lot of people don't like the fact that I always say that if we're not doing business, why be friends? But what you have to understand is that I care about you and I want to see you have a better life. And I'm truly your friend. I'm going to push you to make more money, have more power, more status, better position with your wife, respect from your kids and your family. If I can't create that for you through us growing upwardly together on the same trajectory, I'm not really your friend in the first place. I'm a person you waste time with and I have no interest in being that because I want so much more from everyone in this world, including...
I can't bother to watch the rest of that. Pathetic. It's so sad to me when I see people say things like this. Well, the only people in your life are business partners. You need a balance. You need to get balance checks because that's how you just go insane. The idea that every single person in your life has to be some sort of business transaction, like that means you don't have friends.
Nobody likes Millhouse.
The people that you are doing business with aren't the kind of people that you can call at 4 a.m. being like, I have a disaster, please help me. Please help me. I'm going insane. If your friendships are only based on if you're doing business, these aren't the people that you can turn to because they're too busy trying to make money themselves. I mean, he's also friends with like Donald Trump and, you know, Andrew Tate and all those people. So, you know, you are who you keep around you. He was also in the Manosphere documentary just saying the most awful shit. Like, oh, I can have affairs, but my wife can't. It's very those kind of things. What kind of example are you setting for your child?
Not a very good one.
All it does is do what everyone else is like reducing people to just money and reducing people to just like net worth kind of stuff. And like, it's just sad. You're gonna live a lonely life.
I know lots of people buy followers, but I don't do that. I don't want to give my money to corrupt organizations. Some people pay for their blue check mark.
He says he doesn't want to give his money to corrupt organizations, yet he's here happily using Instagram, making money on Instagram, putting them on TikTok and stuff. Like, this is what I mean. These people don't make any sense. They always talk about how they don't want to pay into the system, but you're literally using the system. He does actually have a blue check mark, so he probably did buy a blue tick.
I don't do that. I don't want to give money to Zuckerberg people or like the Meta thing. I just don't want to give them.
You're literally using their platform. They are making money because you are a product. They are making money off you. Oh my God, you can't make, no wait, the next video on his page.
I have a beautiful penis.
The next video on your page was an AI-generated video of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul kissing. I don't want to give money to the system, but I will create AI videos using all of their system fund. These people are so, these people are just, again, this is actually beyond cringe. It's actually like a bit sad. Like these people really truly believe that they've made a huge difference. They've escaped the matrix. They don't do all of this stuff. Using AI-generated stuff like this is probably number one on like the thing you can do. Fuel the government, give the government information, like buy, I guess the biggest thing to like buy into the system because it's the most, I guess, invested thing going on at the moment. Even though the bubble is going to burst, it's like the thing that people are funneling the most money to it. So when you're using it, you're justifying the funneling of their money. Ludicrous. These people are so pathetic.
This it. Without school, you will never succeed. Bruh, I've never seen a teacher with a Ferrari. This it. Without school, you will never succeed.
What?
What? I've never seen a teacher
with a Ferrari. I find it so interesting that men like this are so vapid that all they think about when it comes to success is having like a nice car. I am a successful man, whether you like to accept it or not. I have been very successful in my like adult life, right? I don't have a Ferrari. I don't even drive. I have no interest in driving. Like what people decide to do with their time or what they decide to spend on their money. But the thing is as well, is you've just said, I've never seen a teacher with a Ferrari. Do you want to tell you why? It's because teachers are, from my understanding as someone who's got a family member who's quite high up in teaching, vastly underpaid. The crap that they have to deal with, I've heard from multiple people across the world that teachers are wildly underpaid. So maybe people can't even actually afford a Ferrari to begin with. It goes back to the whole thing about, like, for me personally, when I see someone with a Ferrari, I don't instantly think this person is crazy successful. That's not how my mind goes to, because a lot of it could be a hired car. You might have people that you see, these Dubai influencers who are like, oh, I moved to Dubai and got sales and I was work. A lot of this stuff is like fake. I think I said this in a video recently. I don't know if it's up or down, or like if the video's up or not. A lot of the stuff you see on these influencers pages when they have a lot of this sort of like wealth, a lot of it is like fake. It's not even real. It's like the fake it till you make it, I think. Just because you see expensive things doesn't mean the person has it is also very well off or rich. A lot of it isn't real. But again, why Ferrari? I don't understand why people put so much, and they hit that little shot that was like watch. I'm another person that goes like, I don't understand why people love like these expensive watches. If that's what you want, sure, whatever. But like, I have no interest in it. And so like flashing me an expensive watch, it doesn't do anything for me. I'm like, I don't care. Anyone who like tries to have this sort of level of confidence and bravado or whatever, you should not be using such insanely skin smoothing filters because it just says insecure.
To look cooler. Add
How to
a
look
hoodie
cool.
as a base layer underneath of your incredible jacket. Gentlemen, in my opinion, hoodies are an amazing option to take your coolness factor to the next level. Every time I see a dude and he's rocking a hoodie underneath a bomber jacket or badass leather jacket, gentlemen, seriously, it looks casual.
He just wants to have sex with a man. I think at this point is that, like, just fuck a man, okay? Just go and get railed by a man.
I think I might.
Well, yeah, the guy's dropping fashion tips right out of 2003. I don't proclaim. I mean, these jeans look very outdated. If we look at actually modern style trends, these sort of skinny, like style, sort of straight cut jeans are not in anymore, and they haven't been for a long time. I'm not one to know that much about fashion. I don't, I just dress what I want. I mean, what am I wearing now? I'm wearing a graphic t-shirt of Earthworm Jim, and I'm wearing like some, you can't really see them very well, but they're like tartany patterned, like jeans, like jean shorts. I'm not one to claim that I know that much about fashion. And these types of men always talk about how they want to date young women, and younger women will be more in line with Gen Z fashion, and this isn't Gen Z fashion. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with how he looks, but saying things like, oh, it makes you look cool, I don't know, it just really feels, it's not even because of his age, I think it's just because of the content. It does feel like dad hasn't accepted that he's grown older and he's still trying, I don't know. I don't know. What happened to dressing up like men? What with your fake teeth and plastic watch? I don't know. Is this dressing up like a man? Do I not dress like a man? Am I in women's clothing?
That ain't no woman.
It's interesting because it's so funny how people severely buy into clothing having genders. The way that you think men and women look is so individual and of its time, because if these alpha men who say things like this go back 200 years or so, what would be considered male and female dress would be completely different. I always use the example of back in, I don't know what the era is, but like men would wear like powdered wigs and have these huge things and have like, they would dress really flamboyantly and wear like high-heeled shoes and have sticks and things, and it'd be all sort of like, ooh,
Oh, I couldn't possibly do that.
These men would just die if they went back then.
I don't wait for the right time.
It's a horrible AI video.
I force the clock to start.
I don't wait for the time, I force the time. What?
I don't wait for the right time.
I don't wait for the right time.
I force the
clock to start. But we have a time travel in our midst, girls. What does that even mean? I don't even know. What is that even supposed to, like, I don't even get what that's supposed to mean. Hashtag alpha male. What does that mean?
It's about drugs.
Well, guys, we're well and truly aboard that trigger train. True, speed down the road. That's crash off and punch right there. Oh, we're back. So I don't put the headroom back in. Back to Jesus Christ. Oh, squat for Jesus. Oh, Jesus loves me. Jesus loves me. Jesus didn't like any of these men. So I hope you enjoyed this trip back down to the Manosphere. I mean, if this video does do well, like I said, this is my last one. If it does well, like I might do another one. I don't know. It depends on the reason I stopped doing it is because this whole alpha male thing kind of like died off. But then because of the most recent thing I have on Netflix, I've had a lot of people ask me to do like another part, because again, I did a few of these like a few years ago. So if you want more, let me know. But I feel like the Manosphere stuff's kind of died a little bit. It's just a little resurgence that came back. But God, these people are just pathetic. Guys, and men mainly, because these are all like men, don't fall into these traps. Just be who you want to be and be yourself. And if you want to cry, if you want to do these things, if you've got depression, all this kind of stuff, don't let these people make you feel shit about it. Like you know, you can get the support and help you need throughout life without having to turn into a hateful cunt. Your life is not determined by, you know, places you've been, places you know. Anyway, I feel like I said everything I need to say in the video, so I'm not really going to have much of a debrief, but just don't be like these people. Ignore them. These people are vapid, empty individuals, and I promise you, they exude all this like top masculine energy, they exude all this wealth, they exude all this kind of stuff, but deep down, all of them are just insecure little men, and they are very sad, they're not happy. They ultimately end up alone, because when you surround yourself with people who only are into that kind of thing, eventually they leave you, because there'll be other people who are better than you. Thanks for watching today's video. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Make sure you go check out the Patreon and get some uncensored and exclusive content. And of course, a reminder that I am on Twitch now doing my weekly streams back as they were. A massive shout out to my lovely Patreons whose names you can see on the side of the screen here. Thank you for being a Patreon. You guys are delicious wishy. Thank you for being here with me. And of course, an extra special shout out to my top tier Patreons: Chuggy the Southpaw, Norwegian Goblin, Phoenix Lucifer, Venom Manola, Skelly Moss, The Paisley Prince, Peanut Mama 0724, Oxen, AJ Padilla, Star Heart Sping, Ritika Madala, Batty Brat, Lovely Caitlin, Adam Flelminster, Nicholas Kaz, Evanet, Niash, Join the Navy, Demon Bunny, Blue Gem, TNS Mum, Adam Bretbatch, Rishi, They Call Me Doc, Athena Falling Angel Barrington, Erin Grace, Benjamin Baker, Aya, Roman Scott Palmer, Bethard, Chloe Louise, and Shell Herman. Thank you so much for being my top tier patrons. You guys are delicious with you. Anyway, be fabulous, be amazing, be gay, be everything you want to be. And don't let any bitch of the tell you can't be you. Why is that? Because you're not an alpha male.